Hello and welcome back to the channel. Outside of the Lego room today, a bit more light, and I've got something a bit different. So I have been going through the boxes of bulk that I bought for a couple of weeks now. I'm getting there, starting to break it down. I've got a couple of totes left. And everything's kind of initial sorted, so it's into plates and bricks and minifigs and so on, but there's still quite a lot to do, and this opportunity came up on Facebook Marketplace, a relatively cheap price. I'm hoping there's going to be some good stuff in it. I did see a couple of pictures, but it was only 2 pictures of the box opened. And there was some interesting stuff in there. So let's dive on in and have a look and see what we've got out here. A little bit of a different video for me because I've seen a lot of these on YouTube and actually they're quite interesting to watch. So the first thing is we have this. Now, this is sadly a fake. It's from the Mos Eisley set. However, it's from, I believe, an AliExpress Mos Eisley set. Now, there may be some regular Lego actually incorporated into this, but as you can see, there are no markings on the top of that. And yeah, the way to tell on this, it's a dewback, they call it. You can tell from the leg printing that this is fake. It's a good head, to be honest. The head, normally the nose piece is much lower down. But actually, as a little play thing, I thought, do you know what? When I spoke to the guy by text and I asked him to send me some pictures of various studs, because I just had a feeling that this was fake. He did actually say that he'd spotted that it didn't have the Lego logos on. So it's a shame, because this would be a £12 piece if it was legitimate. And that's without the salon bits. So, but it's a nice little play thing, isn't it? And the fact that it's not a £12 figure kind of gives me the confidence to just let my grandson have a bit of a play with it. So that's the first thing. What have we got here? So we have genuine Lego here. As you can see, there are Lego markings on the bricks. And I think this is part of an X-Wing. I think this is the nose from an X-Wing. So hopefully I can find the rest of the X-Wing in here. That would be terrific if it was in here. I did see some other bits and pieces that had the right colouring. So with a bit of luck, somewhere in the bottom of there's the rest of the X-Wing. We can get that put back together. So that would be a nice thing to actually pick up. The next bit I'm going to take out, I was trying to work out what this is from Brick Organize. I think the closest thing I came up with was bear in mind the Star Wars theme, was a droid escape pod. You remember from episode 4, where the C-3PO and R2-D2 are escaping from the ship that's being taken over right at the beginning of the film. So I suspect, my initial, I've not taken it apart, but my initial look at the whatever studs I can see, I think there's Lego printed on all of them, in all likelihood. So it's an interesting little piece, and we will see what we can do with that. Here we have what appears to be part of a robot figure. Not so sure what sort of robot it is, whether it's a transformer or something different, but there's Lego stamps there and up here, so I think this is probably genuine, and we'll put that to one side as well. The next part, I'm not sure what this is going to be from. Could be, again, a little bit of a robot. Maybe it's the other arm or something, I don't know. Obviously a piece up here that I can identify using a scanner. Again, Lego stamps, and actually the bricks are in good condition, to be fair. doesn't look like there's a lot of wear. There's good shine to them. So again, not many studs available to look at. That seems to have some kind of moving mechanism on it. So that will be an interesting thing to try and work out where that's from. We've got a little bag of pieces. I'm not going to open it at the moment, but because it is sealed, so I'll keep that sealed for the moment. And a second bag of pieces. Again, they're both sealed. I can't really make out anything other than bricks and small pieces, so we'll come back to those at a later point. And what have we got here? So we have potentially, now is this X-Wing? Looks like it might be. Looks like there's a mechanism there somewhere. And that looks like it comes up. And that might go down, so it looks like there maybe is the wing parts to the X-Wing. Obviously I've just broken that a little bit off the bottom there by the looks of things. Let's have a look for markings. Yeah, so you can see Lego markings there and across the top of here. So this is definitely it, but I suspect that might be part of the X-Wing. Maybe a fourth part in here. So that'll be the other wing, I'm guessing. So it looks likely that those are the layout. So we're getting a fair bit of X-Wing there. So let's move these to one side and let's have a look at a bit of a tip out here. We've got a figure. So we have a minifigure. This looks like it's possibly a bounty hunter. Looking at the torso, that arm is moving a little bit easily, so it may well be a little crack down the side of there. I'll have to have a look at that a little bit later with a bit more light. Looking at the other side, again, the arm's moving pretty easily, so we'll have a look at the torso on that. But that looks like, so that's a first figure, and I think it's probably a Star Wars figure. We've got a clone trooper with a jetpack. His arms feel more solid, so hopefully he's in perfect condition. But yeah, a clone trooper. I've got a few of these already, clone troopers, not necessarily the jet troopers, but so second trooper. We have what looks like it might be a Tony Stark in Iron Man costume. Again, nice stiff arm on that side. And a pretty stiff arm on that side, so I suspect they might be okay actually. There might just be moulding marks on there. I think these are probably genuine, but let's see if we can get the head off for the moment, one-handed. Have a look. Yeah, there's a Lego stamp on there, so we have Tony Stark. We'll put his head back on, and then he can stand with the others. So we have Tony Stark joining the Star Wars universe. What else have we got here? We have more Lego components. Not sure they match anything particularly for colour scheme, so put that to one side. A bit more. So everything's kind of half built by the looks of things. Another minifig. We have a plain red torso, nearly plain red torso. There is some detailing on it. Looks like the torso is in good condition on that side and second side. So actually, nice stiff arms. So yeah, a plain torso. What do we have here? We have another torso. I wonder if that might be another Star Wars one. Good condition on the side. And once again, good condition on that side. So yeah, we have two torsos there. We have what looks like Boba Fett. Nice firm arms still. No sign of any damage on that side or that side. So if that is genuine, which I suspect it possibly is, it's even got the little scope thing on top. So It's a good start there. I wonder if I've got his jetpack. So I think the thing is here, if the dewback had been genuine, then I'm already over my purchase price. I paid £18 for this, UK sterling. So without going through the rest of the box, I'm already at that figure plus. I may well still have that because there's still more minifigs I'm seeing in here. And it depends on how much of the X-Wing I can make up. I have no ideas what that's going to be from. Again, genuine Lego stamps though. I will work that one out a little bit later. What else we got? I think I see another minifig back here. Oh, it's torso, and it's a torso with just a hat on. So, not sure what that's all about. Again, nice stiff arms. So actually, these torsos look to be in good condition. I'll work that one out a little bit later. Might have some legs for you somewhere. And then we have another minifig. This, I suspect, is a Ninjago one. Good arms, yeah. We have, in all likelihood, genuine Lego head. I haven't checked it, but it doesn't. I've got no reason to think it's not at the moment. So, and yet another torso, another figure. So we have another clone trooper. This one's carrying a gun, pistol. Good movement on the arms again. So another clone trooper. The feet torso, foot pieces look good. I'm not seeing any particular cracking anywhere, so I think that looks okay. As long as none of these figures have been stood on non-Lego plates for very long, then we're probably okay. So I'm not sure who or what this is from. It looks like it might be a referee of some sort because there's a whistle. It's like a pen, so it's like a referee that's lost its hand. I do have some spare hands anyway. We have looks like Lego in there, so there we go. And another minifig. So there's a load of minifigs in here. So the value on this is looking a lot better. I'm not sure that those are the right legs or the right head. I will work that one out later. Again, no major issues with the hands. The arms are moving just fine. So we're racking up the minifigs here. We've got 3, 7, 8 that are complete in some way. Might not be the right pieces combination, but I think probably 4 or 5 of those probably are. And we're missing a couple of heads and a head and legs. What else have we got here? So we have another minifig, and this looks like it might be a policeman, maybe. That looks like collar. JCF, I don't know. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So there's another minifig just there. We've got another one, or half of another one. So we have this one here, which that looks like the torso and the head may well do go together. So I'm not sure who you are, but you look like you might be a Ninjago kind of a guy. I think there's Lego stamped in there. We have a Christmas tree. That will be useful when we get into the build later in the year for doing bits and pieces. And you can see there's the yellow little Lego stamp underneath there. So, got a Christmas tree in the Star Wars universe. What do we have here? We have... Oh, I'm not sure who that is. I'm not an expert on these, but it's definitely got an Imperial hat. I don't know if there's a Finn Imperial version, but there's another minifig at least, and it is a Star Wars minifig, and it looks to me like it's probably genuine. So what we got here? We have another minifig. That looks, I'm not sure what that is, but it looks like it might be something to do with a star. So we've got another torso, a few plates which are going to be useful. A little bit of dirt on that one needs to be taken off. I've got a plate here. These generally look like they are genuine Lego. I'm not seeing any fakes in here at the moment in amongst this lot. No idea what that's from, so we'll put that to one side as part of the part build. Another plate, always useful to have plates. We have, what the, not sure what this is. But is that a Lego stamp on the bottom? It's a Lego group stamp, so that is something that's going to need to be looked at as to what that actually is. I'll scan that later. We have another plate. We have, I'm not sure what that is either. Almost looks like it's got some kind of torso plate to it, so that might be an accessory. We have another minifig. So an interesting on this, got a little hoodie neck piece. I suspect you are a genuine piece again. Again, nice, good stiff arms, which is great. We've got some possibly bits of Starfighter, more Lego. Oh, what we got here? We have someone with a big gun. Could that be a Jawa? I suspect that might be a Jawa. He's dropped his gun at the moment, but again, really good stiffness to the arms. Don't seem to be any cracks. So that's a nice little find. This could be a peach of a little find for minifigs. We'll leave the little gun in front there. Right, what we got? We got a sword. We have more plates, more little plates. A little bit of a brick. Always useful to have bricks. We have a cockpit piece. Now this might be off. It might actually go nicely on the X-Wing, so we'll leave the X-Wing. I've just knocked half the minifigs over, which was a little bit careless. My overexcitement. And we have maybe a bit of an armor piece from a minifig. Again, more bricks. A fake, that's mega brick, that's mega rocks, we'll get rid of that. A hopefully genuine bit of Lego. Can we find a stamp on this anywhere? I'm not sure I can see a stamp on it. So we'll pop that to one side for the moment. Anyway, we have an R2-D2. Or is it an R2-D2? Maybe it's not an R2-D2, maybe it's another droid. We'll need to work out whether this actually is Lego or not. Looks like it's in pretty good condition. The legs move carefully and it stands pretty well, so it's another Star Wars piece. What we got here, this is Lego again, and it's attached to something, so I'm guessing that is Lego. It looks like it might actually be apart from the mystery robot. We have a Lego piece that seems to have Lego pieces in it, some coins and bits and pieces. We have more minifigs. So we have a minifig here, which, oh, hair, nice. Try and get rid of the hair if we can. I wonder if that is Finn. It's got the wrong colour hand, obviously. Maybe a little bit of a crack down the side there. That arm was moving too easily, really, and there's definitely a crack that side, so that's a shame, but it's a pretty good find. And we have someone else here, someone with some interesting glasses. It looks a bit like a Ninjago character who likes to smile on one side, be grumpy on the other, and he appears to be in good condition with no cracks. So we have more Ninjago. What I find this is, we have a cannon. Interesting. Not sure whether it's genuine or not. Is that a Lego stamp? That is a Lego stamp. So it looks like it's probably a fully genuine cannon. So we'll keep you to one side. We've got a bit more plate, which is Lego. Still got minifigs in here. We have, that looks like maybe another arm. You can see that that assembly there matches that assembly down here. So maybe that's another part of an arm. And once again, I've knocked half the minifigures over. I'm trying to do this one-handed while I hold the camera. Maybe I need to get myself a rig. But, you know, when I saw the due back and saw it was fake, I very nearly just contacted the guy and said, look, I'm not going to come. But he was good enough to do some photos and then assured me that everything else was Lego. And I've only found one piece that is definitely not Lego so far. And I think we're already in a good position in terms of value for money. That's what we got here. We have a little head piece. I suspect it is Lego, but you need to be able to see inside. But we'll pop that to one side just over here. I'm not sure who or what that's from. We then have a hair piece, so we'll pop that there as well. That looks like maybe a bit more robot. Looks like a bit of a leg maybe. What else have we got here? We've got a translucent tall brick. They can be quite useful. We have a bit of plate, which is Lego. A bit more maybe robot, which again is a bit of Lego. We have a torso with nice firm moving hands. A few scratch marks. Don't think I can see too much in the way of cracking there, if anything. So that's quite a nice little torso. Again, not sure where it's from, but we'll work that one out later. We have a mystery little box. I doubt there's anything interesting inside it. That's one side. What do we have over here? More plate. We'll just move the plate because I really don't need to scan it. I don't think there's any doubt that it is genuine Lego. Bits of pre-belt or part belt. We have a Spider-Man. Is that Miles Morales? Is that the nasty villain? I don't know. I don't really know my Spider-Man lore that much. But what I do know is that's a nice Lego piece. I'm not sure if you're supposed to have a hat or a head or some, you know, a headpiece or something, but we'll pop him over here near Boba. We have another torso in good condition, I think, from the feel of the arm. I think that's just a generic kind of a torso. A little bit of brick. Let's see what we find down here. We have a lightsaber. And that's going to be important in a Star Wars universe, isn't it? It looks like it's in pretty reasonable condition. Obviously been gripped, but it's a blue lightsaber, so we'll pop that down in front. More Lego. More Lego. Maybe a bit more robots. A bit more Lego. Who have we got here? This is, I have no idea who that is, but it looks like everything matches. So that's most of a figure. We have a little punk cat. You can go just there. We have Iron Man. Now, I already have an Iron Man, but I have a silver one. And this is a regular red one. So I think that's quite a nice piece to get out of here as well. We're going to pop him right in the middle just there. We have a Star Wars fighter pilot. I'm not sure if that's the right headpiece. It seems to have a big band, a big strap of cut down the back through, but it looks like it's deliberate. So I'm going to have to look up and work out where that comes from. Not sure what the Lego logo is on the back of a Star Wars thing. That looks, is that part of a engine or something? I don't know. That's the Lego brick. We have most of a character here, and he's got dark. Now, I wonder if he actually goes with that head. Possibly, you never know. We'll pop him next to potentially his head. Looks like it could be a bit of a match, doesn't it? So, I can't believe how many figures, how many minifigures there are, and that's an interesting contraption. Someone's built some kind of weird little robot. I don't know whether that's actually deliberate, but it's got a bit little clockwork thing on the back. Maybe a little mini build. What have we got here? I don't know who you are, but you're missing an arm anyway. I might have a spare arm for you if the rest of you is in really good condition and worth the investment. Another Christmas tree. Never have too many Christmas trees. That looks like a Transformer type head, doesn't it? So that would be an indication, if this is all genuine Lego, that would be an indication that that is a Transformer robot of some sort. That is more Lego. More Lego. Not sure what that is, but that looks like it might be a gear kind of selector thing. So I wonder if that's, I don't know where that comes from. That's genuine as well. That one is also, I think we're doing quite well for the genuine side of things. One so far. I can't see a stamp on that, but here it is. These, I'm not even going to look for the stamps on the little red. See, it's tiny pieces. Another torso. Not sure what it is, but you know what? That's a banging torso. That is as well. And that's a bit dirty, but it's still Lego. We have some kind of mechanism thing like the other one that we just found. What is that? Lego City box. There's a little box on a brick. So interesting. Another torso. Maybe a diver or a spaceman or an alien or something. Knocked over my little headless friend here. What we got here? We have, oh, that looks like a Tusken Raider from Star Wars. Again, no real movement on the arms, so nice solid feel there. That looks pretty genuine to me. So we'll pop the Tusken Raider in next to the X-Wing fighter pilot. I'm getting down to the end of the box now, not much to go now. And I have to say, I'm absolutely chuffed to bits. Oh, there we go, Luke's skateboard. I am chuffed to bits with this. I've got a blue pair of legs, which looks like it might be a bit Ninjago-y, so we will pop this just down here. More bits. A helmet. So I'll have to ID that a little bit later. What I will do is I will put something in the comments. I'll enable the comments. A little bit of a rebel ID there. I'm gonna put something into the comments so that people can see what I found and what I managed to ID. Now you may well ID these things anyway. I have absolutely no idea who you are, but that will be an interesting one. There's a little bit of movement in that arm, but I can't see any cracking there at the moment. And what about the other side? The other side's a little bit tighter, so yeah, she looks in pretty good condition. I'm assuming it's a she. We have a chrome cone piece. We have another droid. It's It's not R2 because R2 is blue on top, but it is another droid. So we have another Ninjago character, minus a head. Let's sort you out and put you down here. A Minecraft sheep by the looks of things, a bit random. What else can we find? Oh, look at this. We have Guardians of the Galaxy by the looks of things. A little crack on the torso, shame. But still worth some good money, I would guess, to someone if they wanted it. Although I'm not looking at selling any of these things at the moment. A gun. So we've got a second gun. A Batman torso. Possibly a bit cracked down one side, maybe. And what we got here, we have another torso. Again, no idea what it's from. It's missing a hand. And some headpieces. So we've got this headpiece. Not sure who that is. Another headpiece, another torso, missing a hand again. I think it's fairly generic, that guy. I think I've got him already somewhere upstairs. What we have here? We have what looks like a... It looks like a Star Wars-y type person. Ah, that's one of the Death Star dudes. I think. Not sure how his helmet's supposed to look. I'm sure it's not supposed to be quite that way set up, but... If it is, then I think that's one of the Death Star firing guys. We don't have anything else left in here, so we have a bit of a droid. Another bit of random spacey Lego. A great big sword, so I'm guessing that's to do with the big robot. Another torso. More Lego pieces. More Lego pieces. A oxygen thing. Oh, a wizard hat. Another sword. A bit more, maybe robot. A scouty type hat. I'm not sure where that's from. We have what looks like a lightsaber handle. We have, oh, who are you? A guy with a big sword. He's going to need identifying. And I suspect he's supposed to have that sword. It kind of goes in keeping, so we'll have a look at identifying him. Another torso. Box of bits. More bits. Looks like a Harry Potter wand. So this is a real mixed bag, isn't it? What we got here? That's all genuine. That looks like that is also genuine. So we've got genuine Lego bits there. We've still got some bits at the bottom of the box hidden under the flaps. So let's get everything out of there. We have a couple of knives that are attached to something. We have, I've got one of those guys before. Oh, is this a Luke? That looks like a Luke. It's like a Luke Skywalker from the original episode 4. Not really any movement on the arms very easily, so yeah, it looks like he's not cracked. A little bit of marking on the hand, but nothing too serious there. So Luke, let's put you over here. We've got a spider web. We have another headpiece. Angry. Not angry, but not really happy either. A few little bits of stuff in there. What is that? That looks like it's maybe a Harry Potter owl piece. few bits of technique, some kind of mask bit. Not sure what you would come from. What else have we got? A little bit of built. Not sure where that's from. Yeah, there's some random stuff in here. It is a mishmash, to be honest. There's another torso that I've just found there. We've got bits. We've got a sword, another bit of plate, more plate, a hairpiece again, a little green gem. Weird stuff, not sure what that's from. It might be some kind of accessory for a minifigure. Another accessory, I think, for a minifigure. And then we have a single-armed purple piece. Not sure what you're from, but it is genuine Lego. But I'm guessing that might be your legs, because they look kind of, they're not quite the same colour, are they? And finally, this guy here is also legless. So, wow, what a Facebook Marketplace purchase. So as you can see, I've got a number of ninjas, we've got some clones, we've got plenty of Star Wars orientated, a couple of bounty hunters. So that, I think, I suspect this is probably going to be a good investment in the end. When I bought the box for £18, I wasn't that hopeful, but look at how many minifigures came out there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 20. I think there's 22, 23 full torso, head and legs, missing some hats maybe. But, you know, Luke is complete, Boba's complete. If that is a jar, well, that's complete. This Tusken Raider looks complete. Whoever you are, you look like you're complete. So yeah, there's a real good mix in there. Shame about the dewback, but I'm still pleased with what I've got. And I've got loads of bits of an X-Wing, and with a bit of luck, I've got 90% of it here. But even if I've only got 60% of an X-Wing and 60% of the big robot, I am happy with this. So if you have any comments, feel free to leave them. And please tune in for the next video when I've got another batch that I will be going through probably next week. And at the moment, I'm just going to identify these and clean up what I can and see what I can make. Thanks for tuning in.